Thanksgiving Day or Thanksgiving Massacre Day? I think after watching a couple of American sitcoms and television series, by now we are more or less aware of this holiday. Thanksgiving Day, which is the annual national holiday in the United States and Canada, celebrates the harvest and other blessings of the past year. Thanksgiving holiday is based on a 1621 harvest feast shared by the English colonists or the Pilgrims of Plymouth and the Wampanoag people, who were the Native Americans, also known as the Indians. As the story goes, friendly Native Americans taught the struggling colonists how to survive in what the Europeans called the New World. Then everyone got together to celebrate with a feast in 1621. But there are other records that reveal a much darker history. In the words of beloved Friends character Chandler Bing, reliving pain and getting depressed is what Thanksgiving's about. According to the Smithsonian, about 4 years before the Pilgrims anchored off Massachusetts, British fishermen had already started making their way through the New England. They raided Indian towns to kidnap native people for profit in the slavery trade. When Europeans began coming to what is known as the United States about 4 years before the English ship Mayflower arrived, they carried foreign illnesses which killed native people at exceedingly high rates. It is said that the diseases made it easier for colonizers to take over these lands. Exposed to new ailments, the Wampanoag lost entire villages. Only a fraction of their nation survived. By the time the Pilgrim ships landed in 1620, the remaining Wampanoag were struggling to fend off the Narragansett, a nearby native people who were less affected by the plague and who at that point of time drastically outnumbered them. That's when the interests of the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag aligned. When the Pilgrims landed in New England, they had little food and no knowledge of the new land. The Wampanoag suggested a mutually beneficial relationship in which the Pilgrims would exchange European weaponry for Wampanoag for food. With their help, the Pilgrims produced a bountiful supply of food that summer. From then on, Pilgrims celebrated Thanksgivings in a traditional way of fasting and praying. Several times this happened because of the massacre of the native people, including in 1637 when Massachusetts colony governor John Winthrop declared a day of Thanksgiving after volunteers murdered 700 Pequot people. This incident is also often cited as the first official mention of a Thanksgiving ceremony and is another commonly known cited origin story of the Thanksgiving we know today. Various dates of the modern-day Thanksgiving holiday had been declared since then and were celebrated by individual states. But it wasn't until 1863 when President Abraham Lincoln declared the last Thursday in the month of November as a day of Thanksgiving. To this day, the Thanksgiving holiday is a matter of controversy. The United American Indians of the New England said that Thanksgiving Day reminds them of the genocide of millions of native people, the theft of native lands, and the relentless assault on native culture. Some tribes even view the holiday as a national day of mourning. This was all about how an event that is celebrated with much glee has a rather gory side to it. We hope you would like this new video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Oneindia for more such content.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.